Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Gamehater. Steve here. Aaron is with me.
Good evening.
So Aaron is mostly dead. Good evening, I think. Welcome to another episode.
But it also means that I'm mostly alive.
Mostly alive.
Or no, wait, it's the other way around. I'm somewhat alive.
At least partially alive.
Right.
Salvageable.
And I'm here to blave.
So today's game is Blossom Tales, which I wanted to leave the menu this way, just to point out that despite me downloading from the US Steam store, the options are in French.
Wow, we know this game is really pretentious when it starts out in French.
It could be. Oh man, they're using the French word for English. How ethnocentric can you get? Okay.
Where do they get off?
How dare they? So this is the demo version, so I don't think we could play for a very long time if we wanted to.
With most Gamehater games, we usually don't.
Alright, so we got some little kids, a lazy grandpa, probably dead. Oh, no, he's fine. Alright, tell us a story.
I like how they're all staring at us and not actually at each other.
That's true, they're all looking directly ahead. So here
it's like we're playing some kind of mobile game.
Yeah. I've told you about the brave elf boy who lived in the magical land called and the Nintendo lawyer ninjas have arrived. So this is the classic. I have no idea how to start the storytelling device.
You mean like Princess Bride?
Yeah, exactly. Although that was actually a brilliant way around the literary device in the book. Now we're going to talk about the Princess Bride for a while.
Well, hey, we started out talking about it, so it's only fitting.
That's true.
Oh, hey, look, they're actually looking at Grandpa now.
Oh, good.
But he's not looking at them. He's still addressing like the person out in the audience. So the kids are like, we looked over. We didn't see anybody. I think Grandpa's just crazy.
Who's out there? Grandpa's always staring that way. Yeah. So the Princess Bride in the book, the original book,
which is really good. You should read it. I mean,
super good.
Our viewers who have not read it, they should read it, even if they've already watched the movie, because the book has its own charm as well.
Yeah. So then you know this, but I'll tell it to the audience anyway. How in the book, the author was pretending that someone else wrote the book, and he was abridging it to take out all the boring parts.
Yeah, basically acting like he was a Tolkien or something.
Yeah. So in the movie, the grandpa did basically the same thing by cutting out the parts that the little boy didn't care for.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of fun in the book because it makes references to like all this historical stuff that's being cut out and being really cheeky about it.
Yeah, this like incredibly dry political satire stuff. Okay, so this game is supposedly a Zelda-like. You can tell from the oversleeping hero, the 3 hearts in the corner.
Or the fact that this has the same exact layout as Link's house in A Link to the Past.
I don't see the castle. I don't see the lantern, though. Maybe the teapot?
Maybe you don't need a lantern in this game.
Yeah, maybe not.
I mean, there's a candle, so...
That's true. Let's try and get it. The time has come for us to depart on our mission. As you know, me and my husband, 2 loyal knights, recently fell upon a secret that may prove Crocus's approaching betrayal.
Wait. Why does she not know who wrote this note? This is her house.
That's true. It's clearly her parents.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, this note was so long. Yeah, murder some mages, I'm on board with that. Her. They can't even name their old child, they just have to use a euphemism. Don't let her become the Knight of the Rose. Oh no.
Well, I mean, they just follow that basic, concept, in some cultures where because children don't live very long, it's like, well, we're not going to name our child until she's about 12.
Yeah. Look, she's
she
only
might have a good chance of living.
She's only 11. She hasn't earned her name yet. Okay, I've got a map. Noted. You know what
So
would
I
have been
guess
useful is if I remembered what.
Grandpa is narrating the game.
I guess so. And that grandpa's name was Albert Einstein.
And later he'll be like, "No, Lily, now is not the time to use it." Or no, it's, "No, Lily, there's a time and place for everything, but not now."
Can't believe grown-ups let's play in a graveyard, like certain spirits of the dead. Well, I ain't scared. We ain't scared. Except for the crypt voices.
Okay, but what about
Wow.
that chest?
I will look into that. Something about... I don't need to grip this one. Give me the sword! Yo!
There's a sword right there. There's even two swords over the bed.
Oh, okay. I did get... Lost Scrolls. Alyssa is a disciple of the Rose in the chapel of the Blossom Castle. Okay. And we have to hear about it again.
The grandpa isn't even like talking in the right context as a narrator. He's like, "If Lily brings it back," like the kids are like, "What do you mean if she brings it back? You're the one telling the story."
Yeah, that should be in the pluperfect, not the present tense. Subjunctive.
So we went in there and all we got was a lousy scroll.
Alright, I'm already...
with more interesting text, because this game does not have enough yet.
Yep, and I've read every word. Where's the castle? I've had enough of this town. I'm not going to your chapel. Okay, this looks like a castle.
Yeah, but it's locked.
Answer. Well, I guess it is tradition to sneak in. I'll have you know that I'm a knight, Commander's favorite guard.
Why are you stuck outside?
I'll have you know. That's all he says. Let's see. His defense to everything is, "I'll have you know." Hi, Lily. Okay.
Yep, he goes to the end like, "Yeah, so that's going to be 500 gil," and he's like, "I'll have you know, I am the Knight Commander's favorite guard." It's like, okay, but it's still 50 gil. "I'll have you know that I am the Knight Commander's favorite guard."
Ooh, a portal stone. I'm sorry, sir, we can't supply extra pillows for the room. I'll have you know, I am the Knight Commander's favorite guard. Alright, fortunately made time. I don't need the narration for every little thing I accomplish.
Okay, so wait, I guess that's the Knight Commander he was talking about.
Yeah.
But who is the giant weird lion guy over there?
Well, he should be the Knight Commander. He's probably the evil vizier.
It's like, do you think the guy who looks like an evil lion guy should be our Grand Vizier? It was like, is anybody else qualified? I don't see any other giant evil lions around.
And he's got a staff, so Dame Lily. All right, I got the new class change already. It should be
What's a dame?
Oh man, these sassy kids are changing the story on us. I like that. That's pretty excellent.
That is one nice thing. I just wish it was happening without all the other, with all this other flavor text that the game is throwing at us.
Yeah, it's a little excessive.
Like if you want to get your game to the point where people just skip the dialogue, then you start putting a lot of dialogue in there.
Yeah, it's easy to go overboard.
Yeah, and then when you only throw like a few fighting moments like that in, then people are gonna be skipping over and not even notice it.
Yeah, it's a shame. You could have easily skipped it. Okay, so this guy is the wizard Crocus, and we were warned about him. It's the Knight Commander. I'll have you know, the man outside is my favorite guy.
But he was not invited.
No. He's just...
Mostly because he didn't want to have to hold a sword out the entire time.
A lot of dialogue.
He's got a weak sword arm.
This thing's good heavy. Okay. Well, this is
so
just...
how does it control?
The control scheme is all wrong.
So I find it very interesting that she holds her sword directly in the middle, in front of her. So it's like she's holding it with two hands. But I guess that means she can't use her shield unless she does it separately, right?
Yes, that's true.
So she's got a one-handed sword or two-handed sword.
Yep.
But also a shield.
Also a shield.
She's not having a good time, is she?
She's just like this frail little girl threatening someone with a sword she
Well,
can't
you know
even
what? This is what happens when you let any random 11-year-old girl become a dame.
It's true. Yeah, she's a sir, thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, a sir.
I was well aware of the rat problem. Really, that's it.
She might not. She wouldn't have this problem if she had went to the school of Zelda 2 training like a girl in Teddy Chronicles of Teddy did.
Oh, that girl's way more badass than this one.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I don't need to be told about this. I would have moved them. This grandpa's quickly turning into Fee. Health potion. She could use it anytime by using it. Thank you.
The kids are just like, okay, is this going to be plot relevant later?
And then our hero reached into her bag and pulled out a potion. It was a health
more like,
potion.
and then after wandering around the dungeon for another further 3 hours, pushing statues back and forth, she couldn't figure out what to do. She got hit by another rat and decided she had to use her potion.
And then just a bunch of rats swarm me and don't let up until I use a potion. This the arc for swing is really weird.
Wait, are those people in jail with swords?
Let's maybe not let them out.
Yeah, I know, right? Like,
Are these like POWs from the Gnome Wars?
I don't know, but why would you give them weapons? They're like super aggressive too.
I know, they're coming at me. And then we've got this like sentient mushroom race that has also been enslaved. I have some serious doubts about the validity of this kingdom. Are we the good guys?
Well, I mean, think about it. Like most evil kingdoms, if they had to imprison some mushroom people that were being pretty aggressive, they just straight up kill them.
It's true.
Clearly, the people we're dealing with are like so pacifist that, well, I mean, we already know that they have to recruit little girls to be in their army.
I mean, it's entirely yeah. There's that, and also the wizard Crocus is probably using those guys in some dark wizard experiments.
He's like, I'm going to create a race of mushroom people. I learned it from Mario. I know mushroom people are the master race in that video game series. Never been able to stop them.
Okay, I understand the concept of dodging arrows and using a shield. Master, there's a 75% chance you should use your shield to get past those arrows.
Lily was amazed to discover that the arrows were flying at her at exactly the same height that she'd be holding her shield.
Master, did you know that arrows fly through the air at the height you use your shield?
You know, it's a good thing Link can't talk, because he would have spent that entire game going, yes, I know. And actually, that would have made the game a lot more fun if he actually, just got annoyed with her the entire time.
If you're just wildly exasperated and getting sassy about it.
Yeah, that would have been like the most entertaining Zelda game ever if you actually got to, react to Fee the entire time.
Especially if you had dialogue options.
This is so backwards for a Zelda game. Instead of pushing things on the buttons, you're pushing things off of buttons.
It's totally different. I don't know why you're even making a Zelda comparison.
It's like you're going into a dungeon that's already been solved and unsolving it.
Maybe we will be unleashing an ancient evil.
Like, you get to a point where you come across Link, like, oh my god, I just solved that. And you undid everything.
And then the kids write him out of the story.
It's like, Dad, there was an itty Link in this story. This is a girl empowerment story, remember?
That's right. Her name is Lady Blossom.
Sir Lily Blossom.
Everyone's favorite 90s sitcom star. I should say, since we just got through that room, I can't. Where's I going? Oh yeah, the East Palace. I'm sorry, the Dark World version of the East Palace. I got stuck for so long in that one when I was like 10 playing Link to the Past.
Palace of Darkness, just throwing that out there.
Thank you. I almost went there, but then I second guessed myself because Link Between Worlds used the same name.
I will take all the humiliation if I'm wrong.
I'm sure you're right. In any event, find meal from ship. I got stuck because the now we're fighting the rat from Mario 2.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, oh great, so Now we're playing
I,
Mario 2 with
I listen.
Mauser.
Anyway, the concept of moving a statue onto a Switch just did not occur to me. And it was sad. And I had to open up the thing in the instruction manual that told me how to figure it out.
I don't know if I had a problem with that in Link to the Past. Like, I remember my two big stumbling blocks in that game were Boldorm and then Tridex.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's just because Moldorm is very frustrating to fight. So one thing I've got to complain about is the controls. The controls are bad, right? So we're using A for the sword, which I guess is in the same spot as Link to the Past. But it's also my pick things up and throw them button, which is just awful. And now my shield is X and my items are B. It's all wrong.
That is awful. It really makes me wonder why,
Whoa.
especially when you're playing like a PC game and you're making your game for a PC, that you end up with having such a horrible control scheme.
Yeah.
Like, you're usually in no absence of buttons, even if you are using a joypad.
Yeah, and clearly they've got the joypad prompts. So she's in there. That was pretty good.
Well, that's pretty good.
I wish I had a secret lab. Me too.
See, I wish this was the only dialogue we had. Like, no other dialogue at all, just them.
Yeah, that would be fine. Like the kids are role playing the NPCs or something.
Yeah, that would be pretty fantastic. Like randomly when we talk to an NPC, that'd just be like a kid jumping in. And then there was this one villager who said, "I gotta go to the potty."
Right. It's all just potty jokes.
Yeah, potty jokes, and then when you get a little bit further in the adventure, they get a little more mature, so they start doing fart jokes instead.
Yeah, this looks familiar too. Oh, this is completely different. He's making
so
the king
so
fall
who is
asleep.
on the bad thing? I can't tell who that character is.
That would be the king, who's
oh wow,
the lion wizard's brother, due to some miracle of genetics.
Wait, so does that mean in this version of the game, it just makes me
talk.
laugh seeing with the sword in the middle?
Yeah. Wow, we're going to the dark world real fast.
Yeah, no kidding.
Lily's dead and the king's cursed. Why, Grandpa? Why? God, they blame the grandpa. No, kids, go to bed. That was
Wow, that was the whole game.
that
We're
was
done.
that was the whole demo. I guess this will be a short episode. I can't.
Oh, okay.
That demo was so short. I don't think I can fairly evaluate it.
Yeah, I know. This is kind of a hard one. So, like, we do got two key things we could talk about, and that's the way the story is structured, and then also watch this demo too and see how this is gonna look. But yeah, we can talk about the gameplay and the way the story is set up. I guess that's something to talk about because that's not going to change much in the final game.
I'd be surprised.
Unless they watch this and then like, oh no. Although the final game was already released on 28, so
yeah,
we just don't have it. Yeah, so it's too late for us to fix things with our award-winning criticism.
Right. Yeah, so, I mean, the first thing that really stands out is all the dialogue. Maybe there was more game than we saw because I skipped the entire village. But I also didn't get my sword until I skipped the entire village, so there's probably not too much interesting stuff there.
Yeah.
The storytelling motif, I almost like it. Like
we were sort of commenting like there was really some really good parts that we really enjoyed with the grandpa and the two kids sort of quibbling and dissecting the story as they went. That's a really fun storytelling method there. And they were starting to do a little bit more there as we got further into the game, but they sort of lost me early on by just drowning us in so much flavor text.
Yeah, there's too much of that. You have to give me a reason to care about the game before you can get me to care about the story. And I realize that that's a personal preference. Some people are the exact opposite.
Well, I mean, once you're an established franchise and you've had a few games out there, you can sort of afford to be a little bit more wordy and throwing all that stuff out there because at that point you have people who are already invested in your world.
Hmm.
But when you create like a new game and a new world like this, you gotta let people explore the world and then go looking for the actual narrative
Yeah,
rather than shoving the narrative down their throat before they even get to start deciding, is this a game I even want to play?
yeah, very, very much so. Um, I'd like to find out, just how far they went with the narrative stuff. Like, I loved it when the kids' comments influenced the story. I thought that was really well done, and I wonder if they go deeper with it. Like changing a boss into a different kind of creature, or opening a path in some maze, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if they actually do that, I would be like really impressed. But I find that somewhat unlikely.
Yeah,
But again, you really can't tell unless you play the game, I guess.
right. Um, yeah, so in that, the big complaint for me was the overwhelming text, and especially stuff that you can let the player figure out, like pushing on a statue or using your shield when you have the big shield icon on the screen.
Yeah,
And then the other bit was the control scheme. It just, if you're clearly cloning Link to the Past, just use the same control scheme. Don't make me relearn it.
besides the fact that the control scheme was kind of awkward, how did it play? I mean, besides that,
It wasn't too bad. I thought the sword swing was a little bit weird. The arc of it, I didn't like. That's something I can get used to. When I used
yeah,
it,
I mean, even when I go back and actually play A Link to the Past, I'm always sort of thrown off by the sword because I mean, I like the game otherwise, but the sword always feels awkward to me in that game when I
so
first start playing it. It takes a while for it to
hmm,
grow on me again.
okay, I haven't had that problem, but it's been about 5 years since I played it.
It always
Uh,
just feels like it's a little bit too short in that game. That's just me.
yeah, he doesn't have much reach. And the other thing is, I blew myself up with a bomb the first time I tried to place one. So there's probably some trick to it that was lost on me. So
Yeah,
none
they
of
could have
that
made that a
is,
little bit simpler.
yeah, um, too early to tell with such a short demo.
Yeah.
So if you're itching for a Zelda game with the style of Link to the Past, maybe this is good. I don't even want to give this one a rating because the demo was so short.
Yeah, I think it's a game that I'll add it to my wish list on Steam, and if I ever see it for a decent price, maybe we'll come back and revisit it again someday.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, either do a longer form, couple episodes, or another Gamehater.
Exactly. Yeah. So a final rating is not something we're really gonna have, but I'll go ahead and say that I am cautiously curious in it. The gameplay looks like basic Zelda fare, which is enough for me to be interested in there.
Yeah,
At least it's more on the simple side. And if they lean more towards the quirky narrative and less against the world building narrative, I think I'd be pretty into it.
yeah, it has potential. I'll have to give this one a middle finger, which of course is in the shape of an eye for incomplete. And,
All right, and I'll give it a thumbs up and a thumbs down that will cancel each other out.
very good. Uh, so this has been another episode of Game Hater. As always, if you have games you'd like to see us try out and try to hate, let us know. And until then, we hate this game, and we're going to bed. Good night.
Good night.